What's up, man? It's the biggest leaver, man, and I'm back with another fucking video. You hear me? This shit here crazy, man. We about to get into it. It's about yeah, man. This video is about an ex-satanist who, after 18 years, I guess, gave her life to Christ. You know, it's some crazy shit. I don't really know what's going on, but one thing about this shit, I've been noticing, like, it's a big trend with the people who used to worship Satan. They always go to Christianity. I feel like them two linked in some way. And then they end up being big as hell, like they weren't just worshiping Satan, doing crazy ass shit for however long they were doing it for. You know what I'm saying? But we about to get right into it, my dog.
Now they told me that we want you to be servicing us with blood. And I asked them how. They said, you're going to cause accidents. I said, how am I going to cause accidents and I don't die? You know? He said that we are going to give you power. And that power, you'll be causing vehicles to overturn. And he said, I don't want to kill people. They said, we want blood. And because you have been initiated, you have to serve us by bringing blood to our kingdom. A person who has sold his soul will kill his friend and act like nothing has happened. My mission was to be like, make the woman look like a victim. And then when you make a woman look like a victim, come like a problem solver. And when you come like a problem solver, you will be awarded. We shall recognize you and we shall fund you. And when we fund you, you will push our agenda. You know, you will come like a feminist. So we shall push the agenda of homosexuality through you. We shall give you the funds. And
my
that's
body, my choice.
Yes, my body,
you are
my
right,
choice.
you are right.
Yes. Yeah, things like that.
So they push the agenda of homosexuality. And that's some Satanist shit. I knew that. It made sense, you feel me? And that shit go completely against God.
No, so go to schools, talk to them about women empowerment, about how they can be feminists, how they are supposed. It's good for women to come together for a cause to support and empower each other. But when it goes to an extreme, when the agenda is hidden, then that's where we get it wrong. You find a graduate with a doctorate degree standing on the side of the road saying, I need to be employed. By who? The people you're asking for employment are not even educated. They are people who have mastered that life is spiritual. They go to altars. They are dedicated to they have killed their firstborns. You see their children just dying just like that. Their children are having mental issues.
Here's how to never have to worry about money after a car accident. Listen, if you have been in a car accident...
I thought to myself, I said, really, what is life about? If I'm supposed to kill my mom, kill my brother, and cause my dad to become mad, what will be the importance of my wealth? And I'm not supposed to get married because I hate men. I got very many threats. I became isolated. I had no friends. You see, like Kanye, when he started exposing, all the friends leave you, they step aside. And then the other weapon they use, they make you look like you're mad. They tell the public, that person is mad. She has a mental issue.
What they said about Kanye, you should just say something like, you know what I mean? They try to make you seem mad. I'm about to do a reaction on Kanye when he was dressed up in that KKK suit. Cause y'all really be playing with my boy, like he really be knowing what's going on. And y'all be going on what the fuck the media talking about.
Talking about is they say conspiracy theory. So that person is, so that people don't take what you're saying seriously, and then you get tired of saying the truth, and then you get frustrated, you get isolated, and you give up.
Talk to Tim later on, and maybe are going to love it. Isha, aka Mama Zion. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I'm a Ugandan, but married in Kenya.
Yeah.
High level, so how deep, and they have gone in covenants, in satanic covenants. So witches deal with herbs and their traditional basically they deal with herbs and spirits, like clan spirits and things of the kind. So you may find that a witch has never even interacted with Satan. They don't know, they know that they are serving, but at a lower level. Then there are sorcerers. Now, those sorcerers are deep. They interact with, they open portals, they interact with Satan, they interact with demons. They even can make a witch not to function in an area. They hold principalities. They are at a high level. Then we have the wizards. The wizards are like sorcerers, but the difference is they are educated. They are more exposed, they are enlightened. And they work in big positions, like big offices where they decide the policies and things of the kind. So my grandmother was a sorcerer. She was not educated, but she would do things that were deep, like opening of portals, interacting with spirits, the spiritual realm, and like politicians, businessmen, witches, people who wanted power. Even religious leaders would go and consult with her. So she wanted me to inherit after her. My grandmother was called Adronia Teosdonia Gandhi because she was half Indian and half Ugandan. So you know, the Indians have so many gods. And then my grandmother, having this Ugandan background, she kept adding to the gods that she was worshipping. So, she had so many gods that she was dealing with. When I'm talking about gods, I'm talking about fallen angels, demons, but they worship them. So, to them, they are their gods. So my grandmother wanted me to inherit her witchcraft because she looked at it
so
as...
y'all hearing that, right? She talking about the gods that she worshipped was fallen angels. You know, and they speak about the fallen angels in the Bible. That's crazy.
Wealth. That was her way of living. She never initiated me with an intention of destroying me, but she wanted me to be powerful. And she believed that to be powerful, you had to have powers, spiritual powers, because life is spiritual. And those people that are in high places have altars that service their positions, that keep them there. So even when you're in a big office or a big position, somebody who has the boldness will ask you, what is your source of power? Where do you go? Who is your pastor, or who is your witch? What do you use, you know? So my grandmother felt like I would do better than her and get to a point of being like a wizard. So my auntie, this witchcraft was to be given to the women in the family. And my auntie was also practicing witchcraft, and she has a big office in our country, in Uganda.
Witchcraft?
Yes. No, not witchcraft. A big position in the government, like in reproductive health and family planning. So she would go and work with big organizations dealing with health. So, and they have agendas, and these people are wise. What they do, they educate their children. Before, people used to think that to be a witch, you have to be illiterate in a very miserable house.
Like in a village somewhere.
So because of that, they decided to take their children to school, to educate their children. That's why I encourage parents to train their children the ways of God, because they are in classes with sorcerers and they don't know.
Come on now. There you go.
I was young and I was initiated from when my grandmother would have access to me, like during holidays. My mother would send us for holidays to spend time with her, and she would use that as an opportunity to initiate me, because my parents, being born again, they would not allow that.
Okay, let me ask you, how many siblings are you?
It's me and my brother. We are two.
What did grandma see in you that she did not see in your other sibling?
That witchcraft, according to my grandmother, was supposed to be for the girls. It was wealth that was supposed to be inherited by girls. Now, being her only granddaughter, actually from both sides, my dad has only one sister also. So it's the sister who inherited that witchcraft. and what the demons that she was worshiping, or the spirits that she was serving, hated men. So they believed that men were supposed to be slaves to women, and women were supposed to be empowered. And when a woman is empowered, she decides in the family everything, like family meetings. In our family, it was the women who were deciding, because the women were doing well financially compared to the men. So, yeah, our family, you know, the enemy fights the order of God. You know, even in family setup where the man is supposed to be head, the enemy wants the thing to be the reverse or the opposite.
You know, it's crazy. Yeah, that's the hard. Like what I've been learning about just different shit. Cause you know I'm real spiritual. You feel me? A real spiritual guy. Not for their side though, for the other one, the righteous side. But yeah, with these folks, man, they shit. Well, hold on. There you go. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, so you know the enemy fights the order of God. You know, even in family setup where the man is supposed
to be ran. That's how you know, like when Satan or anything demonic has his hands into it. For the
head,
most part,
the enemy wants the thing to be the reverse or the opposite.
They can deceive you into doing their agenda. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so my grandmother raised me in a way that she would make
like
me despise
90% of America right now.
Make me look at men as
that's some satanist shit.
people that were supposed to serve us. If he does not have money, you have no business with him. And if he has the money and the money goes, you move on. You don't have to stay there. You have to be independent. You can do what a man can do. So they would just have children from those men and also steal their stars, their destinies.
Steal their stars?
Yes.
I've heard that thing before of someone saying a star can be stolen if you don't mind. What does that mean?
Yeah, a star symbolizes somebody's destiny. For example, Joseph in the Bible, he dreamt when all the stars were bowing before his, including the sun and the moon. So these witches have the ability to look at somebody and they read that person's destiny. So what they want from somebody is to steal their energy, their vacuum. And once they take that energy from somebody, person becomes useless. You see that the person has the person is capable, she's brilliant, maybe she's a graduate, but nothing the person does progresses. It's because sometimes these people who are jealous, they like especially family members, they can look at somebody and read that this person's future is bright, and they use witchcraft to steal that destiny. And they start progressing at the expense of this person. So this person begins to suffer. Like everything they do doesn't materialize into something meaningful. Whereas the other person who stole their destiny, the more this one is suffering, the more they progress. Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, so you find that in a family, there is a sibling who stole someone's destiny. Maybe she's a member of parliament somewhere, and she keeps coming back to the village, giving empty promises. I'll educate your son, I'll educate your daughter, and then time for students to go back to school, you call them and
Yes.
they tell you, no, I wanted to, but
Well,
my
that's-
dog
hold
fell
up.
sick or something happened, you know, something to make you feel annoyed, you know. This is my sister, she has the money. She can, and when you tell your friends that that member of parliament is my sister, they say, stop lying.
Oh my God, Erica, yes.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
so
lie.
they
I
still
feel like I
destinies.
dealt with a bitch.
So my grandmother
on some
had
type
trained
shit
me
like
to
this,
do
trying
that.
steal
She
it to Disney. From the shit she's saying, that's how that
told
whole
me,
act.
if
But
you
then,
find a
it's
brilliant
like,
man,
where she own this? 'Cause I
and
know
you
a lot
can
of
read the
bitches
star
that
and know
fight
that
like
this man is
So,
having
is
a
it like,
bright
are y'all
destiny,
hoes, like,
when
are
you
y'all
get into
bitches
their lives, take
working with
everything
Satan
and
or
move
what?
on.
Like, what's going on?
Because you're supposed to lead.
You know? You know, that shit seem like, what she talking about seem like that's the new America right now. You know what I mean? Man, y'all let me know in the comments. This is just part 1, man. We gonna finish this up. Probably gonna be like a 10-part series, because this is a long-ass video. Man, but, you know what I'm saying? This the biggest Libra, man. And this is another one, bro. It's part 1. I'm gonna be back with one. My overall about this video so far, man, it's like, I can see the plot, right? The thoughts I had before I entered into this video is like, I'm already on some shit to where I'm thinking like, okay, these goddamn Satanists, I feel like they going to the church for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's on no, cause why all these Satanists, you know, they don't worship the devil for years, and then y'all come back and y'all famous as fuck talking about some, you used to worship Satan, now you a Christian. Why y'all promoting Christianity so bad? You know, so much. Y'all, this shit, they're still Satanists. These niggas never change. I don't feel like they changed. They're still fucking Satanists. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And I feel like they're trying to lead more people to Christianity. In every scary movie, who the fuck gets possessed? It's always the Catholic. It's always a Catholic, somebody that believing in Jesus that's getting possessed. You know what I'm saying? It's always one of them type people. It's never like, you know what I mean? And in real life, I've never seen nobody get possessed except for a Christian. I seen one Christian get possessed in real life. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell y'all about that. But this is about it for this video, man. Man, y'all come tune back in with a nigga, man. The biggest Libra. Follow me on all platforms, you feel me? And 100.